Hi, my name is Rachel Easley, and I'm going to just give you a brief little review about what I've learned about domains in Biology 111. Now, in science, we are always looking for better, easier, more efficient ways to categorize what we're studying. It makes it easier to look at relationships and compare all aspects of life. And biological taxonomy is the prime perfect example of this. Now, taxonomy is the breakdown of the different ways that we categorize living things in a hierarchy. Everything in the world is either living or non-living. And the system for categorizing living things was revised by microbiologist Carl Woese in 1990. And he suggested that we add a more general term above the category kingdom, and he called it domain. Domain, my team name, is our way of breaking down living things more generally than previous when we just use kingdom at the top of the hierarchy. And the cool thing about domains is that they actually can show how kingdoms are closely related under a single domain. There are 3 distinct domains in biology, and they are archaea, bacteria, and eukarya. The first and oldest domain is archaea, which contain the ancient forms of bacteria. Archaea members are prokaryotic, which means that they lack membrane-bound organelles and nuclei. They are single-celled microbes that find their origins as the very first organisms of life here on Earth. Archaea organisms are also set apart from the other domain members because many are extremophiles, meaning they can live in super intense environments with high temperature levels, high acid levels, and high salt levels. And they can do this due to their unique membrane lipids that give them great resilience for life, which I think is absolutely incredible. Now, the next domain, bacteria, includes all other bacteria that are not included in archaea. They are also prokaryotic and again found in all the habitats on Earth. They are similar to the archaea domain except that they gain energy in 3 different ways. They can be phototrophs, which means that they gain energy from light. Lithotropes, which means that they gain energy from inorganic, non-carbon containing compounds, or they can be organotrophs, which means that they gain energy from organic, carbon-containing compounds. And there are 50 bacteria phyla in all. Members of the bacteria domain, they can form symbiotic relationships with our next domain, eukaryotes. My favorite member of the bacteria domain are called cyanobacteria. They're blue-green in color, and they're the only prokaryotes that can produce oxygen as a product of photosynthesis. And they're actually the ones that made Earth's environment aerobic in the first place. Bacteria have no polymerases and they reproduce by binary fission. Last but not least, we have the domain eukarya, the newest, the youngest domain of them all. They contain organisms that have membrane-bound organelles as well as the nuclei. They resulted from an endosymbiotic relationship with prokaryotic bacteria. And in this domain, we see the more complex, the larger, multicellular organisms. The first eukaryotes arose in the Proterozoic eon, and they reproduce by mitosis and meiosis. Within eukarya, within this domain, there are 7 supergroups, which are Discobia, land plants, alveolata, straminopiles, rhizaria, opisthocants, and amoebozoa. So last, I'm just going to make a couple comparisons between the domains. Like I said, both archaea and bacteria have no membrane-bound organelles and nuclei, and they have circular-shaped chromosomes, whereas eukaryotes have that double helix-shaped DNA structure. And eukaryotes have multicellular organisms included, like I said, while the other two domains do not include multicellular organisms. So that was a quick little review. Thank you for watching.